In the late 1980s, with Squaresoft on the verge of bankruptcy, Hironobu Sakaguchi designed what he believed would be his last role-playing game, aptly titled Final Fantasy. Instead of being the publisher's swan song, the title launched one of the most prolific and beloved franchises in video game history.
And a drum roll for the crowd. But I'm not doing it, so suck it.
Between 1987 and 1994, 5 more games in the series were developed and released on the NES and Super NES, although some of them didn't make it to North America until years later. As such, many gamers grew up knowing Final Fantasy IV as the SNES game Final Fantasy II, and believed Final Fantasy VI was actually Final Fantasy III. Thanks to numerous remakes on the PS1, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, and PSP, the confusion surrounding the 8 and 16-bit Final Fantasies has largely been cleared up, and the games are now available for a new generation to enjoy.
I don't remember how long it took me to hammer out the confusion of, you know, well, Final Fantasy II is really Final Fantasy IV.
Oh yes, where 2 is 4, and then 4 is 2, and 3 is non-existent, and 6 is 3, and yes.
I think that the easiest, like, meeting in the middle, the Solomon cutting the baby in half, would be to just call them by both numbers, so when they are selling Final Fantasy III, they should just call it Final Fantasy 3/6, because, I mean, it worked really well for Kingdom Hearts 358/2.
Listen, you call it what, you know what I'm talking about. If I'm talking to you about Final Fantasy III, you know I'm talking about Final Fantasy VI. People who then like get up in arms about, oh, well, you mean 6? They're just jerks and uptight snobs.
I kind of wish they would remake them again. Like, I'll play Final Fantasy III and Final Fantasy VII like every so often, like maybe like once a year, just to kind of play through it again. If they would revamp those graphics, I would love that.
Like, I missed them, so I got to play them on Advance and DS, and they're fantastic.
I absolutely want to I want every single one to be remade with cutscenes, and I think this series, more than any other, demands being remade with modern graphics, modern gameplay mechanics, and, you know, don't change them too much, but, you know, update them for today's games.
It's easier for me to believe that any one of them could be any aspect of my personality, or could be me, except for the girl characters that's still gay, and I'm not gay. But I'm not. Stop laughing.
Looking back, it's hard to get too attached to some of the pixelated characters.
In the first game, they didn't even have names, you just chose classes.
I think it's kind of that Mickey Mouse effect, where if you get a character with less detail, it's easier to kind of relate to him, like a Charlie Brown, where Charlie Brown is kind of represents everybody because he's a round head and 2 black eyes, and everybody has that.
I guess like the comparison would be like reading a character in a book and getting to imagine who they are, versus like seeing them on the movie screen and being like, well, that person's just Dakota Fanning now.
I'm a fighter and a ninja and a black mage. For the record. Dude, don't tell people I'm a thief.